welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom, and in this video we're going to talk about this little book. So this is, I'm guessing, is actually part of a series called Anna and Andrew. This is Anna and Andrew and the Magic Violin. The author is Christine Platt and the illustrated by Junissa Bendia. I'm not good at pronouncing names. So this is an interesting little story. Obviously these characters are well known. I'm not familiar with this. This is a music book, obviously, Magic Violin. These two young children, they go with their parents to the music conservatory, and it's announced they're going to do an orchestra, and they end up deciding to play the violin. Then one day, they don't want to practice because it's hard, and they squeak, and they're not very good. And their dad says, you made a promise to your teacher and to the other members of the orchestra to practice every day. And he tells them a story, apparently, about Frederick Douglass. This is the famous escaped slave who was an abolitionist, and how he learned to play the violin, how he taught himself to play the violin, and he did it very well, but he practiced and practiced and practiced until his violin didn't squeak anymore and he could play beautiful music. So this inspires the children to do the same, and they tell their classmates and their teacher about this, and then there's going to be a recital, and the teacher is arranged for them to play on the lawn in Frederick Douglass's home in Washington, D.C. So that's what this book is about. It's very short. It's definitely, obviously, a children's book. I would definitely almost classify it as a reader, though it's not situated that way. But as you can see, it's definitely a early elementary reading-like book for this little series here. It's not that long. It's only about 32. It's 32 pages long. So there's not a lot of huge words in it. There's not a ton of words. It's definitely early elementary for the reading level. So you could also read it to younger children. So for my homeschool crowd, this is good if you're talking about African American history. You want an interesting take on Frederick Douglass. But it's also if your children are playing music and don't want to practice. And this is a good kind of inspiring story of this is what you have to do in order to be good, is you have to practice every day. I tried to play the violin in the first grade. I did not like it. The thing kept breaking. I did not like to practice. I love music. I am not musically inclined. It doesn't help that I'm dyslexic, so reading is not, and math were not my strengths. So music is very math focused. If you weren't unaware, people who are, it's very logic focused, even though there's an arts to it. But learning requires a lot of math and science skills to understand how instruments work, and the music and the notes. So I was not inclined there, and I was only good, and I didn't want to do it. I think I was one of those. It was one of those things your parents made you do, and you did not want to do it. Therefore, particularly when I was in the first grade, yeah, wasn't gonna work. So we will see. It was not something of my choosing. So these kids, however, chose this. So it's a great little book. I love music. I love books about music. And this one gives an interesting look at Frederick Douglass, who, again, is not necessarily known for the fact that he could play the violin. This was not something I knew about him, but I don't know that much about him. So this is a great little book. Again, it's only about 32 pages long, so it's not really all that long. It's a very simple story for definitely early elementary. So that's the end of this video. If you like what you see, be sure to check out the rest of the channel. I do have longer videos. I have longer picture books. I have more advanced book series stuff. I know this is coming out in summer. I just don't know when. So, because it's music. So, one of the months that celebrate music. But the Guardians of the whole book series is, I have that going on right now for you guys to view. I did a lot of book series this year. I did the Princess Diaries. I did the like 6 books in her, the Diaries of a Notebook of a Middle School Princess. I did some more Tamora Pierce, as well as, again, the Guardians of Go, which, strangely enough, is going to be followed by another Meg Cabot middle school series, and then I'm going back to Catherine Lasky into the end of the year. You will kind of know what's going on, along with a lot of the other books. I've covered LGBTQ this year. That's on the list, along with a wide variety of things. So again, check out the rest of the channel. I do books on Monday, media and film reviews on Fridays. 8 o'clock they pop out every week. I have at least 2 videos, if not more, every week. So again, like and subscribe, check out what I've got, and leave a positive comment if you have one. Thank you.